Good morning, friends and fellow farmers. Okay, what is the, oh, can I not? I can't read my calendar? I'm gonna have to move that thing. Huh. Okay, calendar. I guess not. I feel like I could read that calendar before. We'll move it eventually. Good morning, kiddos. Good morning, Penny. I have to go into town today. Don't work too hard and eat something good for lunch. I got some stuff in my backpack here. I'll munch on something. Okay, so we got 566. Where's my sales bin? Is it? Oh, I moved it. Oh my gosh, you gotta love that when you're like groping around in the dark. Where's my glasses? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was thinking about all the things that have changed since I recorded the series. I don't think I was wearing glasses at this point. My eyesight just caved. That's a fun fact of age. So I definitely, I now wear glasses. Okay, hold up. 254 pineapple wine. I don't know what the basement looks like, but whatever. 35 truffle oil. Okay, 566 wild honey. So that's what I'm dealing with is 566 apiaries. I want to get that book that tells us what everything is worth. That would be helpful. And as for just general ingredients, I think we're going to come in here and just dump some stuff in. I don't need why do I have 1,100 diamonds? 1,100 jade. Well, 1,100 jade is obviously useful, but 1,100 diamonds? Why do I have that many diamonds? I'm not even sure. I don't know. I'd be struggling to think if I had a reason. Okay, and right, stuff on the island. Hazard. So did I fill the wood chest? I guess so. I have too much wood. Okay, yeah, and I was keeping like a weird little mixed pile of stuff. These mixed seeds, I mean, really? Am I ever going to plant those? I don't think I am. Why do I have a sewing machine? Okay, that's a good question. Did I just pick it up from my house? We can probably put it in here for now. Here, why don't we put it right there? That's curious. I'm surprised I don't have one out here. This seems like a nice little sewing nook. It's where I would put my sewing stuff. Okay, so the mountains of stuff. Right, now what I'm trying to do, first off, is I want to get mastery. I want to get that going. So we gained like 400 mastery points last time. That's good. Let's head over to the desert and see. I think I had a tree farm out there, didn't I? No. Well, kind of. I had a tapper farm out here. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had, yeah, every time I come out here, I'm like, I also wish I had made it, well, there's no good way of making this. It is a grid, isn't it? Because we need spacing. I want to be able to just run and get all of the things. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, I love the color. Now, I don't remember if everything was different colors previously. Like, I feel like things were not different colors. Was everything just red? When did they add? Maybe they did. I don't remember at what point. I mean, I know originally it wasn't different colors, but man, it's oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was, and that's why I put these things in here, is that it was like, what a delicious rainbow. I don't know. Right, okay, and I was in such overflow that I just started making jelly because I didn't have enough kegs. Like, ideally, this would all be kegs because we'd be making way more money, but I just kind of gave up. And I was like, okay, well, this is... Right, there's my kegs. Yeah, I mean, in a way, maybe instead of the bee stuff, I put... No, because these don't take as long. Actually, you know what would be really good to do? I think, yes. Well, no. I was thinking I could move my apiaries. Oh, sorry, my crystallariums. I need to put some flooring there. I could move my crystallariums. Why was I smelting over here? No idea. If I want to use the quarry, and I wanted to get rid of, because I currently have the crystallarium farm out in the quarry, but if I want to make better use of that, maybe that's a... Okay, so this is well done. This is all tapped up. Like these, yeah, okay. That's fantastic. And those are heavy tappers too, aren't they? Is there any new things that I can get from, I don't recall. No, Sandy's good. She's fine. Let's head back home. Now, right, mastery points, 587. So we're not getting mastery points for harvesting. It is for just forced labor. Let's see. Well, actually, for this, maybe we get mastery points. Let's check it out. Yeah, okay, we get mastery points for this. So this should be good. I couldn't remember what all we got mastery points for. So that other field out on the island is going to be like a full tier of mastery once we harvest everything, I think. And then I can get the scythe, and then I'm laughing. Because that's the only thing I really want is the scythe. I mean, I'll take all of it, but the scythe is essential. Oh my gosh. And then I got all these blueberries here. I don't know that I need the blueberries. Really? Why did I keep them? I really don't know sometimes. Why didn't I just pickaxe all of that? And maybe because I loved the sound and they're so giant. I really do like the blueberry harvesting in this game. Maybe that's what it was. It wasn't until I really thought about it where I could imagine harvesting the giant blueberries, hoisting it over my head, that you go, oh right, blueberry harvesting is the best. Okay, and I had some planters in here that I hadn't allocated to anything. Right, I went with pineapples. I went hard with pineapples because we can't put the ancient fruit in the... Now I'm just going to make a mess now. Then we'll get this mess later. No, you can't pre-mess there. And right, I didn't need that much coffee either. That was another thing. So how much should we get from that? 3,100. Okay, so that's a decent amount of harvesting dollars there. Now I need to probably put this in some kegs. Although let's first go and see what we have in the sheds here. Now I remember that, like, this game, it was busy. Right, okay, we got stuff to get. This is no longer the drab recycling shed. This was a full tilt production shed. Yeah, I very much now remember I think with like the scythe will help because it did get to the point where like just this process of harvesting took so much of the day when it was harvest day. That's amazing. Also, I was thinking about the idea of like I did a voiceover for a Graveyard Keeper episode because the audio was messed up, so I just talked over it. And I'm not a huge fan of doing the voiceovers on stuff because I don't want to have to talk about what I already talked about. And so in the very few times I've ever done it, I inevitably talk about something completely different, which is actually not a bad thing. But it's interesting because I can focus on what I'm talking about and not the gameplay. And I do remember that that's one of the things I think I enjoyed about this series is that I can do this world on autopilot. Like, and that, I don't mean in the terms of like, I don't like what I'm doing. It's like, I don't have to think about it. And so it allows you to have a coherent thought. Whereas there's a lot of things where when you start doing them, like a new game or a game that is like more decision-y, you have to stop and really concentrate on what you're doing. I do. Maybe you don't. I definitely do. If anybody knows my ability to look at UI and to pay attention to details in games, it requires my full attention sometimes, and that makes it difficult to actually have a narration or a voiceover and have any kind of coherent thoughts. So sometimes I think my ability to be, just talking about this, that, or the next thing, it kind of goes out the window sometimes when I'm playing games that I'm not as familiar with or that require that, because I simply have to pay attention to what's on the screen. And maybe that's, that was one of the things about this world is it got to the point where I could actually just have a full conversation with myself. And there's something pleasant about this is more podcasty than it is me reflecting on the gameplay necessarily, because frankly, I didn't have to. I like what I did here with the paintings. Like, I'm really happy with the way that this world, some of the things in this world I really like that we kind of did a good job with. Some of this, like, this is all very, design-wise, I'm not happy with it. I get it. Like, I understand why we're doing things are the way they are here, but I'm not, like, 100% happy. Oh, there we go, right. Distant shore. I thought we already got that achievement, or maybe it was that I didn't save after I did my video. I think I saved 1 day, so there's only a 1 day loss that happened, I think. Okay, so now we've got some ancient creature. Now this should definitely, I would think this easily puts us over a level. Like, it's gotta. There's a lot of stuff. There's pineapple up above there too. But yeah, it's already 3 p.m. I mean, this day is just gone. Zump. Okay, let's go. How do I want to do this? Let's go down. Yeah, and I think I knew this process, this is like 5 minutes or whatever. Like, you can just kind of like, I remember now I was able to talk more about like films and things I was watching, and I could actually have full coherent, commentaries as opposed to interrupting my own thoughts every 3 minutes, which is already a difficult prospect because I'm, my brain's kind of, it's like an old log that's full of holes, and it's partly decayed, and you found it on the beach, and you're like, what is this thing? That's my brain. So the ability to actually focus is really important, probably more so now than ever. So that's kind of nice. So to think back, what have I been watching lately? You know what? Not enough. That's what I've been watching lately. I watched Begonia recently because I've watched, I think, all of Yorgos's films, and it's got the usual Yorgos Lanthimos touch. It's not his best film. It's also, there we go. We already got so one level of understanding done. So if we keep going here, does this progress us to the next level? It does. Okay. I was kind of wondering about that. Just confirm. Yeah. Okay. It's got his quirkiness and his weirdness. It wasn't his script, I don't think, so I think there's some of that maybe. It's not a bad film. They're great. Jesse Plemons is great. Emma Stone's great. So it's enjoyable. It's a fun film. It's just, I don't think it's his best film. It's the ending I was not sure about. I still don't know what I think about. I don't know. I like that whenever filmmakers try and do something really radically different. They take that chance, they take that risk. Like Eddington, that was another movie. I watched that in the theater, and I was like, I walked out with so many mixed feelings. I was like, I feel this way about all of Ari Aster's films. I'm like, I really like the first half of all of his movies, and I'm like, I just, I haven't seen Hereditary because I'm too scared, but I've watched a bunch of his other movies, and I really admire what he's trying to do. I think he seems like a really interesting dude, but the risks he takes don't always pay off for me. And that's a me problem. I'm sure he's happy with what he's accomplished, but I find sometimes when filmmakers, point to the back of the stadium and they indicate the parking lot, they're like, I'm going to hit the ball out there. It doesn't always work for me. So that's another one of those films where I was like, I don't know. Good in technical way, a great film. There's so many good things about it, but I'm trying to think of what else I've been watching though. Oh, I watched Jean, however you say it, Jean Dielman. My daughter got super into film, and which is not surprising that my kids would be into film, being in my house, but this house. I was like, okay, what do you want to watch? And she was like, I want to watch like some really good acting. So I was like, okay, well, here's a bunch of good acting movies. And she was like, that sounds like the hardest one. Let's watch that one. I was like, oh, well, yeah, it's going to be the hardest one. And it's a great movie. I'd seen it before years ago. I couldn't remember exactly how it goes, but the feeling you do not forget once you've seen that movie once. It's a movie. Oh. And she had a hard time with it for sure. I think we watched over 2 sittings. It's a long movie. It's over 3 hours. But the whole time we talked about film, because I think you can talk about all film with that film. I think if you're going to teach film, I think you could almost teach everything about film in that one film. Like it's that good of a film. I think that's partly what makes it such a good film. Is what is this that's different? Oh, it's an iridium grade. Okay, well, let's go dump this stuff off. It's a movie that has so much. Let's see here, 120, whatever that was. Okay. I don't know what this food, why I have this food. I'm going to get rid of this and this, the row, yeah, and the clay. And the gold bar, honestly. I don't really need it. Okay, let's... Oh, now I'm filling my inventory with a bunch of other stuff. Can I get the thing? We can get the thing. Okay. Anyway, all movies are in Jean Dielman, however it is. It is truly one of the great movies. And it's a subtle movie. It's a movie, though, where you constantly reflect on the idea of what a movie is and how we tell stories and how a character expresses the plot and how plot functions, how screenwriting functions. I think it's got everything. But you have to dig. You have to be willing to give yourself over to that movie, and you have to want to have that conversation with yourself, and you want to think about those things. If you don't care about those things, you might not get as much out of that movie. I mean, it's an amazing movie. I don't know. It just is. There's a good reason that it's the fans of that movie, like Mark Cousins, I know, is a giant fan of that movie. It's got its, champions, and for a good reason. It is one of the, whether you like it or not, it's one of the great movies. It's just, any movie where you can talk about all of movies, I think to me is a great movie because it just contains all of the things that we want to discuss. I mean, Satan Tango to me is one of the other great movies like that. I mean, because of the runtime, partly, that you can think about all film ever made in that movie. And, yeah, that was I think that's since Bellatar, I think, died in the interim since I was recording this. Which was one of, I've talked about that before, it's one of the great cinema moments, I think, in my entire life, is getting to see Satan Tango with him in presence to do a Q&A afterward. And that was sometime in the mid-late 90s. And that utterly changed my perspective on film completely. So I think, movies that can do that, movies that can move the goalpost from what you thought you knew about films or thought you thought about films and make you re-question all of those things. That's a great film. So that's where we're at in our house. We're watching great films. The next one she chose to watch was Night on Earth, which I've seen a couple times. And Jenna Rollins, I mean, come on. It's just, you can't ever not enjoy one of her performances. And I think it was the first performance. Ironically, I think it's kind of getting a reappraisal because it's been out for so long, that she did after Cassavetes died. And it's poignant for that, but it's a great performance. It's interesting to watch Winona Ryder try to hold her own against Jenna Rollins. It's, wow. It's like that would have been a scary acting job. So that's what we've been up to lately on the film front, I think. It's never light. Oh, and I've also watched the first 11 seasons of Taskmaster. So you know what? Sometimes it is light. I lie. A show which I enjoy more than I probably should. That's a really, really great game show. It's one of those shows that on paper I'm like, I'm not sure how much I would like it. And then my friend recommended it to me. And once I started watching it, it was like, yeah, okay. We just dug in and continued nibbling at it. It's a show you can nibble at. I mean, it's like 10 episode seasons. And it does such a good job of the whole, being a game show. Let's see here. How do we do? We almost got our second level of mastery. Okay, that's good. I think that's what we did. Yeah. At any rate, it's it's a. I don't know if you've watched that show. I'm sure you're nodding along. If you haven't, it's all on YouTube. Go watch it. No excuse not to. I don't know. The season with Tim Key is one of my favorites. I think Tim Key was probably one of the best guests, one of the best contestants, because he intrinsically understood the show. As a reason I think he became a consultant is that he to the show is that he got it. He understood it better, I think, than any contestant on the show. He understood how he should approach the concept of the show. So it's his season was really good. They're all good. I mean, I think the season with Catherine Parkinson, or if that's her name, lady from the IT crowd, he was really mean to her, the host. And I was like, I felt that was the only time where I was like, I don't know, maybe that was a little too far. Other than that, it's everybody submits to the ridiculousness of the whole concept, which is he's a overbearing, tyrannical game show host who's like slightly whimsical and arbitrary, and it's supposed to be fun, and sometimes it's done. Contestants get either like really serious, or he takes it a little too far. That happens sometimes. Not often. And I think he seems like he's genuinely probably a really nice guy. And you can tell sometimes he looks like he feels really bad for the way he's just acted, but he wears the tyrant hat well. So it's, that's also very enjoyable. I think those are the main things I've been watching lately. I don't know. I watch a lot of videos on like synthesizers, like that. I've watched more stuff on like synthesis than anything else in the past while. That's a thing I thoroughly enjoy. If I'm going to watch, I never used to watch a lot of YouTube. That's the only thing I watch a ton of on YouTube is like my whole feed would just be weird music video stuff, like synthesis things, like a review of some, arcane piece of gear. That's what I enjoy watching. I want somebody in a virtual VCV to explain how to do something with some bit of, we're already full, with some, how to use a filter, a specific thing, or how to do something. I don't know, that fills me up. I love synthesis, and I've been enjoying that. I think it's, music YouTube is in a good place for that. That's that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And we can harvest the trees, but another day, I think, because that's all bananas. Wow. Let's go to bed here on the island, I think. That was a busy little day. 745 wine. And then we've got a lot of stuff here. We've got to get kegging. I don't know. I've got to decide how to do it. That is incredible how much that takes to harvest all of that. But at the same time, my wife and kids are wondering, where's Pa? Where is he? Is he coming home? Those little teddy bears are like my children. And that the Junimo on the right, that's Penny. That's my family now. That was good. It is enjoyable being able to kind of just actually have a chat. Hey, we had a chat. It was very one-sided, but I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know if you've watched any of the movies. Are those your cup of tea? Are they all films to you? They don't have to be, that's for sure. Hope everybody enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.